Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Timeless Gamer Show, where our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Hey, it's timeless, boy.
Timeless.
Yay! Oh, and now the show is live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And for all of our other episodes from before, you know where to go. Just check out the website, timelessgamers.com, or just by going to YouTube, Timeless Gamers Show. Or you can just listen to us talk. Just go to your favorite audio streaming podcast platforms out there. Timeless Gamer Show. Just look for it. Oh, and you can also submit us your suggestions, comments, insults, whatever. Just sending them to timelessgamers.show at gmail.com. That's timelessgamers.show at gmail.com. And we'll like to use this opportunity to give our appreciation to BitMap Books and Streamyard for allowing us to be one of their affiliate. And of course, a quick shout out to our Retromancy cohorts right there, Shuffle Emporium, where you can get your anime goodies and favorite trading cards like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, Final Fantasy, whatever it is popular out there. Um, if you're planning to having your own podcast, webinars, online meetings, you can use StreamYard. Just go to our description down there for a 14-day free trial link for StreamYard. And of course, if you are also into video game history by flipping in very colorful, and very masterful illustrations and well put up documentation, go to BitMap Books, whether it's per genre or per system. Use our description down below. Use that link to go to BitMap Books and choose your own book for you. International shipping is available. And previously on the Timeless Gamer Show, we did Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15, our second Final Fantasy movie review that we did in this show. Hopefully, we're aiming for that Advent Children once we have enough people who wants to undergo to watch that torture. Hopefully, by the end of this
Hey,
season. Hopefully, by the end of this season.
that's a nice movie.
It is a nice
I'm
movie,
gonna
according to Sir.
fight
It's a nice
you.
movie. It
I'm
has
gonna
good
fight you.
plots.
You don't like it?
You didn't like that one?
We'll save it for the review, guys. For tonight,
Shot
it's
fired,
going to
shot
be
fired.
shots bang bang bang. For tonight, we are going to talk about the pet peeves that we have when playing video games. All right, pet peeves in this manner will proper description of that term for those for those all of you who don't know what pet peeve means. Not the literal pet, okay? Not your pet dog, not your pet cat, not your pet bird. No. But introducing the panel for tonight, we got Sir Jose.
Hey guys, here to talk about stuff that annoys us in video games. There's a lot of stuff that is very annoying that happens in video games continually, and we're here to rant about them again.
Rant and bitch.
Yep, rant and bitch. That's all we do here.
That's all we do. That's all we know.
Yeah,
All right.
rant, bitch, and then ass and titties. That's it.
Thank you for that, Sir Jose. And of course, welcome. We got Miss Hino.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our show. I actually have a list here, so I'm looking forward to ranting this episode. Back to you guys.
More ranting and bitching too. All right. And of course, Sir Drew sporting with that cap hat.
Hey guys, welcome back to TGS, and this is your Pinoy otaku in Japan but not in Tokyo. And welcome to the show where we will be ranting, bitching, and in Tagalog, as what we say, it's yung mga gigil kami. in video games. So these are the things that make us hate a particular video game. Um, just the nitpicks usually, but sometimes it hits you in the face so much that you go, why the anyway.
Why
uh,
the? Mm.
Welcome to the show, and hope you guys enjoy our ranting and bishing.
All right. Thanks
as
for that,
Sir Joe
Sir
as
Drew.
Sir Joe M10 has said in the comment section. Back to you, Sir Joe.
Thank you for that. And of course, welcome back from his Easter sabbatical. We got Sir JDM. Oh my God.
Hey, what's up? And it's another ranting episode here in the Timeless Gamer Show. Juan De Marcos, new and improved version
Uh,
1.1.
what, what,
Version
just
1.1
one,
because it's just like a cosmetic upgrade. So it's just
just
1.1, not
1.1.
version 2.
Just a new skin, guys. Just a new skin.
New skin. And I
That
like
was
Sir Joe's hair, so I was inspired and I got my hair
what,
like this.
what mod is this?
It's the what do you call that? The preps
The pre-
haircut something.
Sir Jom and Ted said it's the Kimpi. It's the
Kimpi, yes,
Kimpi
the
mod.
Kimpi.
the Kimpy mod.
The Kimpi mod. The 90s
All
hair
right.
mod.
Wow, with the Guzman.
Let's give a quick shout out to the people down there at the chat. We got Sir Dan Dice, we got Sir Jomar, and we got Sir Marlon there. I see Sir Wolfram. Sir Wolfram, what the hell are you doing there at the chat? Come up here if you have the time. And Sir Jomar, talk about bitching and moaning. Sir Jomar, come up here if you also like. Okay. So, guys, we'll just do our show and tell. In this segment, we just show and brag the things that we got for the last couple of weeks, whether it's digital or physical, whether it's video games, music, anything geeky. Alrighty. Let's start with Sir Drew. What you got for us?
Okay, so we just got back from our Golden Week trip from Tokyo. So this is gonna be a little. It's gonna take a little bit of your time. So starting off, something I got from Kotobukiya. I got a PlayStation 30th anniversary cap. So that's one.
Nice.
And then we also went to Artnya. So I got something from Artnya latte art figure mug of Chocobo. So, and we got some Nendos. So we got some Nendoroids. We got Solid Snake. This is the reissue. So this was
Hey,
going for $200, I think previously, but since it's a reissue, so I got it for SRP. So good for me. Then my daughter got me something from Ami Ami. So this is Marcus Phoenix Nendoroid, also
Gears of
SRP.
War.
So this just got released, I think so. And the best one that I got from our trip is actually a surprise from my wife. So we went to Toy Sapiens, the Hot Toys flagship store in Tokyo. We were just looking there, and when I get things, most of the time is just I just buy things from the shop or Amazon or something, and my wife barely surprises me with something because most of the time I she
They're
gives
fighting.
me all of her salary anyway. So this time she has some cash on her. I was looking at some of the stuff there, and as I was geeking out with the kids, we didn't know that she got me something that she knows that I want. So she got me statue of the hawk, and this actually made me really
Oh,
scream. But the important part here was the surprise. She colluded with the staff to be able to surprise me. The staff was covering what she was doing until I caught her and she gave me this one. So really happy to get a surprise from my wife from our Tokyo trip. And yeah, and also got a Tamashi Nation store acrylic. Anyway, that's all of it. I think. Back to you, Sir
All
Joe.
right. Thank you for that,
Nice.
Sir Drew, and shout out to the missus for being such a wonderful, wonderful, supportive wifey, supporting the hobbies. If they're not constantly fighting, you
That's
know
how
what you
they
got.
make up. That's how they
That's
make
how
up.
they make up.
Yes, that's how we make out. That's how we make out. We buy each other stuff, and among other
All
things.
right, all right, Miss Hino, what you got?
I'm I'm glad you got that little makeup gift with your
Of
for
course.
show and tell. I only have one item. I actually can't
Oh,
remember. Oh
nice.
God, I can't. I don't know how to green screen, guys.
So
Guys,
she.
it's anyway. It's the 100 line game
There you go.
from the creators
Or the
of
Switch?
Dangan Danganronpa. If you guys are fans of the
Oh yeah.
Danganronpa franchise as well as the Zero Escape franchise, um, this is a collaboration between the two creators, and I think this is the studio's last chance. They're betting everything on this game. I'm not sure if they're going bankrupt or whatnot, but yeah, as a fan of both series and to continue supporting the studio, I got a copy of the game. So if anyone is looking for like a mystery with elements of RPG, I would recommend to get this game. Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you for that, Miss Hino. Sir Jose, what you got?
I only have one as well. I got Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, the special edition.
Fatal Fury. Oh, is this the
That's the
collector's
new game.
edition?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Unsealed. Uh
What's included?
Let's
Open
see.
it up.
It's the game, the steelbook, stickers, a poster, an art book, season one pass, and the soundtrack.
And a soundtrack. Nice.
Blue Mary
Does it come with a Blue Mary
with that.
sex toy or something? No?
What?
Not even Masher Nui kind of toy? No?
Oh no.
Not even King? All right. Um, Sir GDM, do you have anything for the class or anything at all?
um, well, last episode, 2 episodes ago, for the game subscriptions, it reminded me to renew because just because.
Just because.
And a few days after that, they announced Oblivion, and then there's also the release of Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm just alt tabbing those games
Oh, did you
very lately.
did you renew Game Pass or something?
Yes,
Oh,
because I haven't
okay.
renewed like for 3 months. So because of that episode, I just renewed
Game
uh,
Pass.
my Game Pass, and
Right.
suddenly those games popped up, and
Wonderful. Yeah. Mm.
excellent timing,
Well,
by the way.
excellent
And
timing, indeed. Yeah. Well,
for
if there's one thing to do your Game Pass, guys, Claire Obscure and Oblivion.
Right, if you don't see the physical copies in Data Blitz or somewhere else, just get the digital copy, and just wait for the physicals to get stuck in your nearest game stores. That's it.
And according to Nintendo, that will be more than $80. All right.
Oh.
Thank you for that, Sir JDM. I only got
And
two for now. With me, I got Sword Art Online, Fractured Daydream for the PS5, right there.
I think I just got that
Um,
too, like a while back.
oh, see, of course, you got the same thing. We're basically twins. Um, it, at first, I thought you'll have the opportunity to create your own character, so you can as your own avatar in the Sword Art Online uh, game, the game within the game. But no, apparently, you'll have the chance to play any of the characters within the lore and just finish whatever you have.
Boo!
My
Boring.
understanding, my understanding. So, if Kirito's there, then play Kirito. If Asuna is there, play Asuna. Yada 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 yada. And then the second one, la 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 la
I'm
la
jealous.
la la
I
la.
am jealous. I don't
We
have
got
I don't have Lunar and also
Lunar.
Expedition 33. Damn it. Everything's so out of stock.
Yeah, same
See?
here. Same here.
So we got Lunar Remake Collection, and I got the PS4 edition.
Not the Xbox.
Uh, not the Xbox.
Not the
Fuck you,
Xbox.
Xbox. Ain't no JRPGs for the Xbox. Uh, I say JRPG, not RPG. Xbox has Clear Obscure, of course. Ain't no JRPG for the Xbox exclusive. So I got the Lunar PS4 edition because I can cheat on this. And of course, we will see the onsen scene, the bathing scene in full HD, hopefully, and I'll be able to see Luna's butt in remastered HD 2D. All right,
In
it's been
HD.
a while. So we will proceed with our with the meat and potatoes of the show, which is the pet peeves. All right, the pet peeves that we have when playing video games. So pet peeve, guys, by that definition, it's a figure of speech. Basically, what it says, whatever that seems pointless, stupid, insensible, that
That's like
one
us.
might find, that one might observe, that others might not think it's a big deal. But unfortunately, you do. So it might be a personal thing, maybe just it's a you thing, might be a skill issue, as we as we say it. So others may not feel the same way as you do, but it's just something that annoys you for some reason. So in this regard, with video games in particular, so the panel has their own list, so to say, of some of the pet peeves that they want to share to the class. Okay, we'll start off because he's been gone for quite a while. Let's start with Sir JDM. Sir JDM, start with one of your first top of your list. What you got?
Um, this is not in um, what do you call this? The list that I have here is not in ascending order, or let me see. So one of my pet peeves, maybe this is a skill issue or something. Maybe Sir Biraj will be laughing at me right now. It's the surprise quick time events. Um,
Ah,
those
the quick
games
time.
that you didn't imagine they will have them. For example, one of the earliest example that I experienced was Resident Evil 4,
Mm,
because in the previous games you didn't have those you didn't have the button mash or something to escape
yep.
enemy, and then all of a sudden in Resident Evil 4 you have to press, if I remember correctly, the L1 and R1, either
Yep.
L1 and R1 or the square and the X buttons, alternatively, because sometimes it's not specific, because um, if you're getting chased by a large boulder, then suddenly the button pops up. It's L1 and R1. If you didn't, if you did not enter that in a correct, with the correct timing, you will die. Then the next time that you encounter that boulder, it's going to be a different button. So it's like,
So it's not
yeah,
uniform.
yeah, it's not in a uniform uh, system. So yeah, but I remember from the original Resident Evil trilogy, you have to button mash when someone, when a zombie starts grabbing you, so you can let go. They could let you go. Like, you need to button mash or something, but I don't think they clearly stated that in the manuals until um, Resident Evil 3, where you already have the ability to dodge, but it's still, there are no what do you call this? There are no timing like in this game. So for me, that's and it's not just in Resident Evil. There, you also have other games that suddenly have these quick time events, and this is one of the first instances, I guess, um before we had God of War. As, at least for me, it's my first experience with quick time events. And then yeah, I wasn't really expecting those, because um with Resident Evil 4, you now have this third person perspective, like the over the shoulder. So that's a different, no more tank controls apparently. Then they also include these quick time events, which is um, really surprising if you're playing the game for the first time, and if you're not really familiar with button mashing. And for me, that's a pet peeve. The surprise, those games that you didn't expect that has uh, quick time events. There's also one in what game is that? Dino Crisis. Whenever in the first game, when you get grabbed by a pterodactyl or something, then there's going to be a danger queue in the lower portion of the screen. Then you don't know uh, what you have to do. So immediately you get a game over screen. Then I just read in, I think that was cheatcc.com, where you need to button mash. So maybe it's in the manual, because back then we almost didn't have, or we have the manuals but we don't read. We immediately just play the game and hope hope to the gods that you will finish the game without reading the manual, because that's the reason why you bought the game, just to play, not to read. So that's it for me with the surprise kitty. So guys, do you have any experiences with these types of gaming mechanics?
QTE guys.
I
Me, I
particularly
do. I, go, 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 go.
I
You go.
particularly hate this when I'm relaxing with the cutscene and suddenly you get the QTE.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
like you're relaxing. You somehow lax. You're lax and you're holding the controller with one hand and suddenly you what, And then when you die at the QTE, you have to watch the whole cutscene from the start again, and that sucks big time. Anyway, that's one of my main complaints with the QTEs,
Yeah.
especially on the cutscenes. It
Yeah,
just
and
takes you
that's
out of your element.
yes. That's actually my main complaint with Resident Evil 4, because you have the cutscene with who's that guy who has the big knife? Jack Krauser,
Mm.
that muscle guy.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
cutscene, but there's a quick time event. What the heck? I thought I'll be watching like a cutscene, then suddenly I need to grab the controller so I could then
You
I'll
must,
be 1 second late or a split second late, then I
yeah,
immediately
you,
it's game over. The
you
heck?
must hate Asura's Wrath, Sir JDM.
The,
Asura's Wrath is full of QTEs.
yeah, but I think
What's that?
for that game it's like part of the game mechanics. Like
What's that? What's that horror thriller game? Until Dawn. I think
Yeah,
that's full of
Until
QDEs as
Dawn,
well. Until
Heavy
Dawn,
Rain,
Heavy Rain. Yeah.
um, Detroit. Those games
Yeah,
are full of
uh,
QTEs.
but if the game advertisement says or the game trailer says this game's gonna have some QTEs, then surely you
Yeah,
guys will understand that.
yeah.
There's QTEs in this game. I should be very well aware. It can happen anytime. So
If
it's
it
on you.
if it's those games, you would enjoy it because you know what you're getting into. But if you're playing an action game or an RPG and you're in a long ass cutscene, so you're in this cutscene for around 5 minutes, then QTE starts to hit you left and right. It's gonna take you out of your element. It's not gonna be a good experience the first time. Well, the second time
Uh,
you're gonna be expecting it, but the first time,
Miss Hinu.
Uh, Back when QTEs were first appearing in games, my first experience with it was God of War, the first game, as well as Lord of Arcana for the PSP. So back then it, it was very cool for me because the shots were cinematic and I've never seen anything like that. But down the line, it like breaks the immersion. I'm gonna piggyback off what Drew has said. For example, in FF16, though I haven't played the game, I was watching when one of my siblings was playing it. You're fighting a boss battle, and then suddenly, out of the blue, there's this QTE, and you're like, it breaks the immersion of the players that this is supposed to be like this is a big fight. It's life or death. But everything depends on you mashing the button. If you can mash hard enough, fast enough. And if not, you gotta repeat everything again. Maybe you won't get game over, maybe you will, and whatnot. And I think it kind of cheapens the experience, especially when it comes to like RPGs, when the battles are so drawn out, the cutscenes are so drawn out. So I hope we get less of those down the
yeah.
Right.
Well, if
How
it's
about you, Sir Jose?
something,
The one example I can think of where it kind of threw me off because I wasn't expecting it was, I remember if it was Injustice 1 or Injustice 2, like in between the fights you have like the story going on, you have the cutscenes, and sometimes right before a fight there's like a little QTE event you have to do that'll give you an advantage in the fight, but I wasn't expecting it. So I'm like, what? Like I said, like I put my controller down and I'm just like watching the story unfold, and then all of a sudden there's shit on the fucking screen. It's like press this, and I'm like, what? I was like, I thought I was watching a fucking little scene before the fight. But that's the only time I could think that where it was really annoying and like unnecessary.
it,
think
Uh, if I'm going to piggyback with Miss Hinu mentioned, this is Final Fantasy 16 as well. This was the time when they released the demo. of FF16. Uh, you know those two kaiju monsters fighting each other. uh, Apparently there was this quick time event, QTE scene, and this is Final Fantasy 16 with all of its full HD glory, and I'm trying to enjoy the cinematics of it. And for some reason, so this QTE happened, and you know when I'm not sure if this is relatable to you guys, but whenever a button shows up for you to do the QTE, you suddenly don't recognize your controller anymore.
You
Like,
forget the
it's R2
controller
button.
layout. Yeah,
Where's the R2 again? You know what I mean?
I feel that.
Like for a brief moment, you forget where the
Yeah.
R2 is, or what button to press. Like you're already holding your controller like this, and it says press this. You tend to panic, and
Where's the what
whenever you,
controller am I
right,
holding?
which controller am I holding, and even if whenever it says keep pressing this button, uh, and I'm probably the one. I'm probably not the only one who's guilty of this. When it says repeat pressing this button, I look at my controller and I keep pressing this. I'm not those kind of. I'm not the kind of gamer that I'll look at the screen and I'm pressing like this. No, I'm pressing like this.
That's so
I'm looking at my
real.
controller and I'm pressing like this. Am I the
That's
only
so
one who does
real.
that?
I think
You
so.
Am I
you
the
no
only one who does
longer look
that?
Mm.
at the
Same,
screen. You're
same,
only
same. I
looking at the
felt that. I
controller.
felt that.
Right? So like you're concentrating on your controller, not on the screen. What's happening on the screen? So to me, so all of this cinematic going on, and I'm missing it because I'm focusing more on the controller so that I don't miss it.
I'm I'm
And
gonna
it's really
double
annoying
down
if I
on what
do.
Sir Joe is saying because right now the games are getting prettier and prettier, especially when it comes to the Final Fantasy games. You really want to immerse yourself. You want to take in all those 4K graphics and you want to appreciate it and suddenly your immersion is cut. You have to do something. It's like you're on you think you're still on vacation but then your work calls and hey, why are you not at work? It's something akin to that feeling like what the
And
yeah, go ahead.
related to what Drew is saying, back in our day, we treat the cutscenes, the cinemas as a reward for maybe completing a difficult mission or defeating a challenging boss. So it's our time to put the controller down, enjoy our spoils, aka the beautiful cutscenes, the graphics, the cinematics. So please don't put buttons in front of our
Yeah,
faces when we just
yeah.
want to relax
There,
with our
there,
reward.
please stop. and and it's
I'm,
very taxing with Final Fantasy 16 because Final Fantasy 16 is an action game and you fully expect yourself that you're getting a reward but you're only on there and then QTE then phase 2 then you're gonna drag on for another 15-30 minutes fighting this boss then you get a oh maybe this time he's finally dead and I get to enjoy the
right.
cutscene and then what the hell QTE again.
Because sometimes you want to use that cute you want to use those cut scenes if you want to go to the toilet or you want to get a
Yes,
snack or a drink,
yes.
and then a QTE happens that you're not aware of and it's already done, and then and then it says game over. What the fuck? What happened?
And
Imagine if you have that in Elden Ring.
no,
Right,
no, no.
Then you,
No, hell
you get
no. Hell no.
right.
I'd
Hell
throw the
no.
controller really
No,
hard.
no when it happens in Elden Ring, no matter what button the TV tells me to press, I'm still gonna press the dodge button, whatever it is, whatever's happening. Anything changes, I see a health bar, I'm dodging that shit.
Right. Okay, pet peeve number one: quick time events. Stop doing it.
Yeah.
We get it. Okay,
We
more
understand
interactivity,
in
but yeah, but it's really annoying sometimes.
in
Miss
hack
Hinu,
and
what you got?
slash games, yes.
Hack and slash games. Go. Miss Hinu, what you got?
The biggest pet peeve that I had throughout the years is that this only this not only applies to the subtitles during cutscenes, but this also applies to the menus of a game. All of the texts are always so small.
Small texts, subtitles.
A lot of gamers are staring at screens constantly. So I won't expect that a majority of us has 2020 vision. So devs um not make why don't they make any like settings wherein you can make the text bigger, adjust it, magnify whatever. And it's just so frustrating because sure you have a nice big TV, you're sitting at the sofa, but then you see the subtitle text is like 10, and then your TV is like it's what 60 inches and just font size 10. You're gonna squint. You're gonna go near the TV, even
Yeah.
though your couch is far away. I mean, it sucks. And this is coming from someone who worked on games before. I know that the devs have the option to make the menus, the UI, adjustable depending on the port console. Because normally when you look at like the boxes on the menus, a lot of them, oh no, I'm gonna get into the nerdy shit. A lot of them are basically tiles. So you can make it seamless so that it would stretch vertically, horizontally. You can resize them. It can adapt to screen sizes. So um, I just hope that we have more options in the future to make the text bigger because a lot of us aren't getting any younger. All of our eyesights are, worsening. And um, this here's a good example of a game that has the option to increase the text size. Grandia. Grandia is such
Ah,
an old game. I was surprised when I played it, but it lets me adjust the font size.
but
That was
but
so good. That was so
is
nice.
is this only on the remaster or is this also on the original? This
I haven't
option.
played the original. Maybe this is only on the remaster, but that is a good quality of life update for the game. Another one would be Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy. They let you adjust the subtitles. You can make it bigger. I think there's only two options, but at least there's this option to make the text bigger. So yeah, that's been my number one pet peeve in the recent years of me gaming. I don't know if you guys encountered this. For me, it's a really sore point.
Hinu,
To you guys.
just a quick question in regards to this, since we all know that you're such a huge visual novel fan.
I was
Are
gonna
there
say, yeah.
any visual novels that actually do this? They give you a really small text, or the font that they use is somewhat hard to read.
A lot of
Hmm.
them do not have the option for you to adjust the text. Normally the only things that you can adjust are the text
That's
scrolling
good.
speed. If you
Yeah.
want the text to appear instantly, or if you want them to scroll throughout the dialog box. But there are some that I have played that lets you choose what type of font that you want to see in the dialog boxes. So I think that's a good option. But yeah, I would
Mhm.
still like for also visual novels to have the option to maybe increase, decrease, whatever the text. Just let players adjust the text to their wanting so that it would make their gaming experience
Yes,
easier, more convenient.
yes, and since
Uh,
95% of the game is all about reading, Sergio. So,
Sir Jose, have you played or have you encountered a video game that has really small microscopic subtext?
Um, it wasn't an issue for me, but I remember when the first Dead Rising game came out, if you weren't playing on like a HDTV, the font was like really small and hard to read. And their excuse was just buy a better TV. Instead of updating the subtitles, they were literally like just play on a HDTV. It was
But
such a
so the
problem.
better hardware, huh?
Yeah. So I never had that
Yeah.
problem, but I remember it was like a big thing when that game came
Uh,
out.
Sir Jose never had the problem because he bought a better TV, as they
Yeah.
advise.
But to piggyback off of Miss Hinu's, I hate when games don't have subtitles. That's really annoying because come on, like we can't have the game loud all the time, and sometimes you
Yeah,
can't
that's correct.
you can't understand what they're saying, so you need like a visual representation of what's being
That's
said.
correct.
So I'm like, come on, guys, get it together.
Don't be lazy about it. How about Sir? Because Sir JDM usually plays PC games, and the PC gamers, and I'm very astonished to their talent to read all of those very 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 small fonts, reading them on their screen. And some of those PC gamers have they don't really have those big monitors. So some of the PC gamers have their own very small, like a 14-inch monitor, really, and even smaller than that. But they're still able to read all of those texts. So, Sir JDM, go.
I think the only game that I have issues with the font was um the Elder Scrolls Morrowind, the third game in the series, because
Oh shit, Morrowind. Okay.
and back then I was using a 14-inch CRT monitor, so imagine all the radiation that it's that it's throwing at me, and then um it's not even it's advertised as 14-inch, but really it's just 13 because of the bezels. And then the font in Morrowind is sm- is so small that you really need to like zoom in
Like you
literally.
really need to put your face in front of the monitor. Like you really need
And
to
then
French kiss the monitor.
and what's worse is the font is in like this gothic old gothic font that they use in the ages, in the dark ages. It's like that. So what I did is I have this my dad has this what they call this, a magnifying glass, so I just place it
The
like
old-fashioned
so.
way, yeah.
Because we didn't back then, we didn't have um L- LCD monitors that were the technology back then. That's if you have those LCD monitors, then great. But that is for Morrowind in 2002. But the other games that I had for example, Neverwinter Nights, it has an option of like you can adjust the UI scale. Is that what it's called? Like the UI scaling, so you could adjust the resolution of the text so you could read it much better. And yeah, I think that's it for the text. Um, yeah, for the
The-
PC games. Yeah.
so take Sir JDM's advice, guys. For very small fonts, subtitles, use a magnifying glass. Twice the size, twice the radiation. All right, Sir Drew, what you got, Sir Drew?
Okay, so my pet peeve, my number one pet peeve on video games is when this usually happens on RPGs and JRPGs is when I change equipment and the character does not show the equipment change.
Ah,
You know,
yeah,
you get
yeah.
you for example in Breath of Fire, you change reuse weapon and he's still holding the same stat stick. He's still holding the same thing even though you change his equipment. And I don't know, maybe I was spoiled because my first RPGs were Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy 7. So when you change your equipment, you could see it. You could see Cloud's Buster Sword getting changed
Yep.
to the hard edge, and this also on other Final Fantasy titles. But then when I went and checked out other JRPGs, but it does not lessen my experience, but I'm really get irritated when this happens, especially when you get those skimpy outfits
Yes.
for your waifus and they don't
Yes.
change into the skimpy
Yes.
outfits. It's really irritating, and especially when it's hard to get this particular high stat bikini or whatever for your
Yes.
character.
I'm
And
hard now.
you know,
Yes.
it's really irritating. You work
Hard
your
edge.
ass off to get that skimpy
Yes.
outfit, and you don't get to indulge in the pixelated glory of this outfit. And that is why I love Stellar Blade so much, because she has all of these outfits. And
Yes.
why are you my son, you guys should see the face of my son right now. It's all it's like he's getting the thumbs up for this pet peeve. And yeah, yeah, that's very easy to explain, very easy to understand. I know a lot of you cultured guys and gals can relate to this. Anyway, that's it. Very short pet peeve, but very irritating.
All right. Guys, not changing the equipment visuals. Miss Hinu, you can relate to this.
I I can't. Um. Uh. I agree with Drew. This specifically applies more to Japanese role-playing games because if we go to the Western ones, the Elder Scrolls, the whatever, the Dragon Age, I think you can see the equipment
Yes.
changing, the armor, the weapon. For JRPGs, I do understand that they're sticking to this branding or look of the protagonist. I mean, sure,
Yeah.
if you equip a different set of armor, you're not really gonna see that armor reflected on the either the character sprite or the 3D model because they want to keep the strong visual image or visual look of said characters. But I wish that sometimes they would at least uh, let um let the characters equipped with the weapons see them change and whatnot. And I can speak about the swimsuits. I never really used those, so but yeah, the weapons, it would be lovely because imagine if you got a new sword wherein your character is just using a staff and it's still just a staff. I don't know. Maybe the least they can do is at least change the 3D models.
Or at least for some equipment, they like it gets refined, or it gets, it's not it feels like they are making the player, the gamer, somewhat idiotic or stupid, because hey, I just bought this new sword, I equip it, it still looks the same. But the store where you bought the said equipment has the model for it when you're choosing it in the store. Oh, here's this super gigantic sword, but when you equip it, it still looks like a dagger. So they have the means to do it, at least the weapons. Well,
Would would it
the
still
for
be an
the
issue for you if it's just color change?
Hey, it's still a visual change. It's still something. You know for a fact that you have another equipment, because well, for example, you're fighting a boss, you're wondering, why the heck am I doing just this little damage? Did I not change equipment? But just it's a simple pet peeve, but and as for the outfits, I think the first time I saw outfits change was in Rogue Galaxy.
Yes.
I think, yeah, for Rogue Galaxy, that shit blew my mind. It
Yep.
totally blew me out of the water when I was able to change my outfit, and I love that game for that particular aspect of it. Anyway, yeah.
And this was the time before DLCs, where you can
Yes,
just grab whatever skins. But World Galaxy was able to do that, no problem,
yes. It
for
that
free.
that
It
simple
came with the game,
aspect of that game really blew me out of the water.
right? How about you, Sir Jose? Changing equipment, visuals.
I don't think necessarily equipment, but I remember, and then Miss Sir JDM might know about this, but like the older Resident Evils, when you could change costumes, but like when the cutscenes happen, you're still in the original
You're still
costume.
waiting. Oh, yeah, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Like you're like,
right. It's kind of weird.
yeah, 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 yeah.
but that's the
I
only
think
thing I
Well,
they
can think of.
well, you've seen the memes when newer titles were in. It's a very serious cutscene, but you equipped all the like a clown costume, and we have to take them. This is a
Or
serious
nude,
stealth mission.
or nothing
Then
at
when they
all,
go to your
right?
character, you're like a clown character with rainbow coloring on your. Yes, let's do this. Yeah. Yes, we will
Zooming
blend
in,
in with our
right?
camouflage suit, but you're wearing a rainbow outfit.
Sir JDM, as a Western PC player, Western game PC player, changing equipment and outfits. Go.
let's see. I played Ultima. It's the same with the JRPGs. There's no it haven't been an issue for me uh, whenever the weapons are not changing or the um the armors are not changing. But I didn't have issue with that back then. Maybe because of the limitations of the consoles and those games uh, from earlier years. Then all of a sudden, I played Final Fantasy 7. Then I noticed that there are changes, right? And you were using the Buster Sword. Then what's the second? Um, uh, I forgot which one.
No, 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 not
Uh,
hard edge. Second one.
yeah. So I didn't really like mind back then, but when I saw Final Fantasy 7, yeah, I imagined um when I was playing, for example, Guardians Crusade, there was a time that you're just using your initial equipment with this basic sword and something. Then there's in Act 3, suddenly you have this white armor because it's a holy armor that is um, included in the plot or the story of the game, where you must wear this holy armor. Then suddenly he has this from the beginning of the game you have this blue shiny blue armor. Then in Act 3 you now have this uh white armor that's plot in the game. Then another game that made me realize about the visuals of the weapons in was in Vagrant Story. So
Hmm.
you have this um, there's a game mechanic that you could combine specific weapons. Sometimes if you combine two different weapons, you get a different weapon. Then suddenly it's the design is different. And also the material, there are different materials in the game. So it could be bronze, then you have iron, then you have Hagani, then what's the other one? Silver. So it also changes the look or the color of the weapon that you're currently using. So if it's bronze, it's brownish in color. You have when you um, create an iron material, it's shiny, then silver, so on and so forth.
Right.
So I think that's when they realized that. So we need to like make extra effort to do the designs in um, the weapons and the armor or the in-game items to make it more appealing to the players.
The first time I tried, the first time I encountered the uh, the equipment changes because for the longest time I didn't really mind it until I saw it. Final Fantasy VIII, because they're not able to change their outfit, but they were able to change the weapon. Like for example, when with Squall's gunblade, the evolution of it, uh, until you got the Lionheart, uh, the Irvin's shotgun, with Renoa's what do you call that? The the flying disc. Yeah. Uh, with Chris's whip. Yeah, you're able to see the change. Especially up until you get their best weapons. So it's kind of cool when you see that. So at the times when I didn't really mind it that, but as the games progressed more and more, and this is just a particular thing with me, and this is usually an occurrence with the DLCs that we get sometimes with some of the games, like when they tend to release bathing suit mods, bathing suit skins, and I'm like, I would have preferred all of the characters having the same bikinis, okay, like two-piece bikinis, not just one particular character. Like for example, okay, so let's for example, you got the female character there have this skimpy bikini, right, top and bottom, and then another character has a different design, and I'm like, can I get the same design for all of my female characters just to see, and even with the lowly ones, okay, if I mean, all right, so let the bikinis be one size fits all, whether it's a G cup or an A cup, I don't care, all right. And who's to say why just the ladies, okay. Oh, the guys, let them wear some speedos,
Yeah,
okay, high cut
yeah.
speedos,
What about the
all right.
guys?
For the guys, where are your high cut speedos? I don't like you wearing shorts. I want them like what's that animator drew? Free exclamation point.
Is
I
that
want them
the
to
ice
wear those
skating one?
speedos.
The ice skating one?
That's Yuri on Ice. Check out free exclamation point, guys. It's basically uh, a freestyle swimming anime,
Oh yeah,
where
yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
where
okay.
all of the guys are wearing swimming trunks and speedos. Okay, if we are going to the beach, if we have that onsen scene, okay, let them be uniform. All right. I don't want a bathing suit, just one piece, just a board short. No, I want them to all be uniform. If I'm paying $70 for it, I want to see. Okay, I want to see the full glory. All right. I want to see some nuts. I want to see some boobs. I want to
I
see some nuts. I want to
I
see some
have
asses.
I have a game that I would recommend for you, Sergio. Sergio, if you want all of those shots, those angles, those particular, you know, and it's free. It's a gacha game. It's called Brown Dust 2. And it's a game that would not play outside if I were you, because every time you're every time they do their ultimate attack, they're gonna flip and they're gonna show those certain angles that you would be scientifically interested in, and you would want to study them and particularly use Sir JDM's magnifying glass on them for double the radiation.
Or the double radiation is worth it, guys. All right. We work hard for the money. We want to be hard. All right. So that's pet peeve number three. Unchangeable equipment visuals. All right. How about Sir Jose? What you got?
Uh, let's see. Uh, okay, this one. I experienced when playing Oblivion for the first time. Items that weigh you down.
Items that weigh you down.
Coming from JRPG, where you could carry whatever the fuck you want, you could have every item you ever encountered.
Let's go
And it does
encumbrance.
nothing. It does nothing, and then you get to fucking Oblivion, and you're just picking shit up because you're just used to picking up random stuff. And then it's like, oh, you're encumbered or whatever.
Western RPGs are anti-hoarder.
And you literally just moving a hella slow, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Now I gotta do
I was
item
just carrying way too
management.
much stuff.
Yeah, that's hella annoying.
No. The physics of it. I mean, realistically speaking, you're not supposed to hold. I mean, how can you even move around with so much stuff?
With 99 potions, 99 high
99
potions.
potions, 99.
I'd been doing it for like 20 plus years before that. So I had no problem. And then all of a sudden, I can't hold all this stuff. No.
All right. So, Miss Hinu, do you share the same sentiment? As a fellow JRPG player, as a hoarder yourself, what say you?
I remember my first experience when I first played Skyrim. I was shocked that you can loot a lot of items. So you pick up an apple, you pick up like a candlestick holder, you pick up everything, and then suddenly when you're trying to fight like the monsters out there in the wild, your characters is so slow. So yeah, I got culture shock with that, and a more recent experience when it comes to the encumberment system is Elden forget Elden Ring. I wanna wear the pretty armors. I love full scale armors from head to toe. But when I grind and grind for many hours to get a cool set of armor, when I put it on my character, oh my god, I'm fat rolling. Yes, I'm dodging, but it's so slow that the enemy can still hit me mid mid roll. So I understand. I understand. I am also used to hoarding 99 tents, 99 cottages, 99 high potions, 99 whatever. So it's a big culture shock.
This question
I
is for
could
Sir JDM. Uh, and this is a piggyback to what Sir Jose mentioned. In Resident Evil 4, when you have to do that Tetris kind of thing just to fit it in your on your item box, what the fuck is that? What is that all about? Tell us.
Yeah, that's
What the
another
hell was that?
mechanic that they
I never
added.
even had to do that before. What the hell was that? I think that's the only game you have to do that.
Uh Honestly, they have it in I think it started in Ultima 6 when you have to organize your bags, your loot. You have
This is
this.
for the this is for the obsessive compulsive disorder people.
Yes, you have this um grid where you need to place the potions, and just like in uh I know
Diablo.
everyone played Diablo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
but I didn't imagine that they will use that in Resident Evil because no, no, actually, eh, w-
I
in
actually
yeah,
enjoyed that one.
What?
But
How? Why?
I do. I did the same way that I enjoyed the mechanics of Elden Ring, wherein Hino is complaining about the fat rolling and everything. I totally get it because it totally changes your style of play, your experience with the game. But it is also my pet peeve when it comes to the potions and everything. But I understand it in Elden Ring because it's like Mega Man because you upgrade your flask. You upgrade your plus, it's an upgrade. You're getting stronger, so you're getting more plus. I
I think
get
it's
it.
fitting for Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It's a survival horror game. You
Yes,
survive what can fit in your backpack.
yes,
yeah,
I
Right.
totally get it, and I enjoy the briefcase. I enjoy trying to make do with what I can fit on it, and
yeah.
I'm one of those guys that I'm just gonna put one herb here because it fits exactly on this particular spot, and I'm gonna carry this exact amount of ammo, and I'm gonna go and try to just dodge all of this and just run so that I could save the ammo for the boss fight. And I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it before the first time I played it. I'm not sure if I'm still gonna enjoy it now, but I enjoyed it before. So
Right.
anyway, that's that.
Yeah.
This is
It's actually better, much better in Resident Evil 4 than the original trilogy, because you only have what, six
eight,
slots
six,
or
six or
eight,
eight slots. Yeah,
depending on the character, because you have Chris who has like
more pockets.
six. No, he has lesser pockets. Choosing Chris in the first game is like the hard mode. Then Jill has this
Yeah,
eight.
yeah. I'm hard now. Yeah,
Ah no, it's four slots for Chris and six for Jill.
yeah. You can
And
use her chest as,
She has,
as an added slot
she has
and her ass.
she has other
you can
hiding
tuck it in
spots.
the
Yeah, she
folds,
has an
And her
extra
butt.
between the
slot down there.
folds.
She has more hiding spots than Chris.
There's a lot more hiding spots with Jill. Apparently, guys. Use
Yes,
use your
anatomically correct.
use your holes appropriately, guys.
Yes,
Be
definitely.
space
If you don't
conscious.
have the pockets, use the holes.
Use the holes. Those excess bullets. Yeah, you know where to shove them on. Shove them in.
Shove them in.
Shove them
You got
in.
you got an extra rocket. Place it in between the cracks.
And
Mm.
the rocket launcher is like just one slot um in the first
Just one
game.
slot.
Then suddenly in the second game, it takes two slots
Two
already. So
sluts. No.
So many
Word.
slots.
Word. Phrasing. All right. uh, I will also
It's a
make
Jill
a piggyback
sandwich.
on this. I will also make a piggyback on this because I'm a hoarder myself. Uh, and this is and I hated games like this. The first time I encountered this was when playing Lunar. Because with Lunar, all of your characters can only hold like what 10 or 15 items in their person, and whenever you got and then whenever you get like like extra items on the map or new equipment, then you need to then you'll have to face the option of what
Discarding.
discarding or selling one of those items. And if you're a hoarder, you don't want to let go because you don't know when you're going to use a particular item in the long run because you don't know. It's so annoying that when certain video games have when developers try to choose very limited item capacities for the characters, like you can only hold so much of this, and I'm like, like for example, when I played Enchanted Arms for the PlayStation 3. You can only hold like 9 items of each, and I'm like, what? I mean, and I particularly like that you can go up to 99. Like for example, uh, with Enchanted Arms, there's this item that you can hoard that will increase your
Got it
skill
really quick.
point. You can buy it in the store, but you can only hold it up to 9 items at a time. So every time you burn all throughout your inventory, you need to buy it again and again and again and again. And it's so annoying. Why can I just buy in bulk? Why can I just buy it in wholesale rather than just giving it
You
to
can
me
just
nine
do
times,
Costco on it. You can go.
right? It's not very economically sound. I hate it when they do that.
By the way, to our audio listeners, Sir Jose was holding up some tits and asses, and Sergio was so immersed in his rant that he didn't even notice
Oh, let me notice that. Let me notice that.
That one.
There you go. There you go. Nice. All
And
right.
that's me, Janet, from the Fatal Fury City of Wolves.
Wolves.
So just look it up for our audio listeners. And I would add something to what Sir Joe was saying, because I have been playing Euden Chronicle recently, and you can at first you can only hold up to 30 items, including potions, runes, equip, and some stuff. So you would get an option when you can, for example, just pick up the rune of power, and do you want to get rid of your rune of speed? And it's like, hell no. So I would
Hell no.
really, yeah, yeah. So I ended up discarding some potions, which I regretted later when I encountered the boss. Anyway,
Right?
so
So you'll end up making the choice of just choosing whatever is disposable, easily replaceable.
yes,
Because the rare ones, you need the space for that, right? So items that can weigh you down. That's our fourth pet peeve. With me, one of my biggest pet peeves in gaming, and I think the guys can attest to this: the unnecessary and excessive. I need to add that adjective: backtracking.
mm,
The backtracking, okay, the excessive and the unnecessary backtracking, and this is not just for JRPGs. This
not
is also
more.
for adventure games or survival horror games. Like why? Uh, so so I'm already in point A, but I cannot progress to point B if I don't get this thing, or I need to do this thing from point C, and point C is way over there. And for me to advance to point D, I need to go all the way to point A again. What? You know what I mean? I mean,
Yes,
and 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 this is assuming this is for the role playing games, and this is assuming that you don't have any random encounters, because that is so annoying as hell. Like if you have like if you have this important task to do, like especially with the constant backtracking, and the game knows that you need to do this, so they ramp up the encounter rates. with and
elite
sometimes
enemy.
you can't and sometimes you can't even escape it, so sometimes you can choose to run, sometimes you can't even escape it. So it's a little bit more, it's a little bit better if you can see the enemies that you can avoid, but sometimes you can't really avoid those monsters or those enemies that either you avoid them or fight them. It's just so tasking to do. Just the backtracking. I'm not. Maybe I'm just the only one here. Sir Jose, backtracking. Go.
Oh yeah, it's very annoying to have to go back through a spot you just came from, especially if it like the enemies are more frequent and harder there. I remember the first time I there was like it was a little bit of backtracking was on the first Pokemon game where you get to the shop and the guy's like, "Hey, I have this thing for Professor Oak. Can you take it back to him?" And I was like, "I don't want to go back. I just came from there." Like,
I
what
just came from.
the hell?
Yeah, I mean, considering if you're already
I
so
love
far
the
in the
game.
game and then they want you to go back,
Yeah, I hate that.
you're telling me this now?
I think that's the part where you need to go back because there's one character there who hasn't had who didn't have his coffee first, so you need to the subplot is you need to go back to Professor Oak so he could show you the Pokédex, I guess, and you
Right.
need to return the parcel. So the
Miss
fortunately
Hinu,
it's just
backtracking. Oh, go, Sir JDM.
yeah, fortunately it's just like the next town, so not
Yeah.
really that far. You just need to go down, and you have those
Ooh,
ledges
go
that you
down,
can
huh?
just go jump on over.
Sir JDM, read the text.
What's
Metal
this?
Gear Solid. Mm.
Okay, let's read from Richard Ryan Ortega. Metal Gear Solid had the same backtracking issue when facing Sniper Wolf to save Meryl. Such nightmare when done normally, but using cardboard boxes does help. Because the reason why you have to go back is you don't have um you were already it can be found in the third basement of the um the first base, but you don't really have the keycard level for it yet, so you won't be able to open the you won't be able to open that room, the that part of the armory where the sniper rifle is in. But when you get to the part when Sniper Wolf gunned down Meryl, then suddenly you have the level 3 key card. Then all you need to go back. That's a hassle. Then before that, you went in trouble with those wolves that are guarding the place. So you need to go back again and encounter those wolves.
All right. How about Miss Hinu? Backtracking. You have your own issues with backtracking.
No, I do not because I I understand it from the game design point of view. I mean, it it gives players this tension. You want to move forward, but there's an obstacle. They have to go back. So it also lets the players experience new mechanics, discover new locations within whatever, and it also lets players look back that hey, I've conquered this previous area and now I'm going back to it. So it shows the progress that I've gotten throughout the game. Though I do understand that this can be annoying if the backtracking is constant within the game. So I am not opposed to it if it is used sparingly and whether it makes sense or not, as long as it's not every single time you go to one new location and then you need to backtrack. So yeah, that's it for me.
Sir Drew, issues with excessive, constant, unnecessary backtracking.
um, I have two takes on this. So, first, since the first genre that I enjoy, besides fighting, is was platformer. So when it's done on Castlevania and on the Mega Man X series, wherein you go back to a previous stage because you got a new power up and you could
Yes,
reach certain
I
secret
don't mind that.
levels.
Yeah.
I'm all for that because that's an optional thing wherein you can get more stuff to make you stronger to be able to access more secret levels or the secret areas of the game because that's the game what it's all about. It's about exploring wherein you have previously inaccessible areas because of because of your skill issues. You think it's your skill issue, but you're just actually missing a certain skill or something that you could acquire later on in the game. But when it comes to backtracking with stealth, oh hell no! I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Anyway, when I've already did the stealth for this game, and you want me to go through it again with more watchers, and I could not do the same thing that I did before, and that's something that would sometimes make me rage quit a game, and I would stop playing that game and no longer play that game because when I get stressed on a stealth level, I just want to pull out a gun, the sword, whatever I have on me, and just do gung ho on it. And if it gives me a game over, game over. I'm gonna throw that, not throw because I'm a hoarder, not just gonna get carefully get the disc out, put it in the case, and put it on the shelf to collect dust. That's it for me. That's a deal breaker for me. And when it comes to some other games like JRPGs, if it's not as stupid, I know they need the fillers to extend the duration of the gaming hour of your game of your playtime. If it's not a stupid reason, if it doesn't make me feel stupid that you already got it, then you go to point B, you go to the next town. Oh, I need to get the other thing that is a set with this thing. I was just there, and I was just talking
You
to
were
the same
just-
exact person where I got this thing that I just gave to you. Then I have to go back to him to get the other thing that he was already holding, and he knows that you also need to get the exact same thing anyway. That when the narrative is stupid for doing the repetition, it's a little bit frustrating. But when it comes to the Resident Evil games, I do understand, and I sometimes like the backtracking because it's a puzzle thing because you need the key. You use this key to unlock the thing to get the other key that you used to get as
to
long
get the
as it's
key,
not
to get another key.
severely stupid.
For
Yeah.
for
You need the
Resident
key to
If
get
Evil,
it's
you
another
if
key.
know,
Yes, Resident Evil's about putting your key in holes repeatedly until you unlock and get off. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's my run on whole backtracking thing.
also in
Yeah, I
Resident
mean,
Evil, the backtracking thing is almost always like associated with a new or stronger monster, right? Like an
Yeah,
introduction of a stronger
or
monster,
a jump
like
scare.
a jump scare,
A
yes,
jump
like
scare, definitely a
the
jump scare.
I remember that with RE1, RE2, RE3, Dino Crisis 1, Dino Crisis 2, Parasite Eve 1, Parasite Eve 2.
And then space.
What the- right?
Silent Hill.
Um, so that's pet peeve number 5, guys. The unnecessary, constant backtracking. I need to put those two adjectives down. Unnecessary and pointless
Constant
backtracking. All right.
backtracking.
Sir Richard says, recalled Mad Max when discussing backtracking. Conquered area results to people working on liberated area and additional funds. This is something I can accept. So, Mad Max, according to Sir Richard. So, we will now go to Sir Joel. So, Sir Joel unfortunately cannot be here because of family priorities, but he was able to send us his own point of view, his own pet peeve, top pet peeve rather, uh, to give it just to contribute to the conversation. So we will now go with Sir Joel, and let's hear uh, what he wants to bitch about.
I want to
Joel,
hear this.
what what ails you?
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are. This is Joel Baklit of the Banyagang Native, and here on Timeless Gamer Show, today's topic is that we are going to be talking about video game pet peeves. All right, I know everybody has discussed their own pet peeves about video gaming already, but I would like to discuss my own personal one. My pet peeve when it comes to video gaming is the overabundance of teen-aged protagonists. Hear me out. Almost every video game of the JRPG genre, or shall we say some of the more modern adventure type of games or things like that, action games, they almost always have as a protagonist a teen-aged person, whether it's a boy or a girl. It's a teenager or a young kid. I know our hobby is skewed towards young people, teenagers, kids. In general, we are talking about people of that age range who do play our video games. And yeah, we do grow up with video games ourselves. We grew up with them and we identified with them growing up. And that's probably one of the reasons why there are a lot of video game protagonists who are teenagers or children. And I can't fault them for that because they try to cater to the audience. But I also understand that our age range has already grown up and we've reached the age where we do want to see ourselves represented in video games. Full-grown adults, heck, middle-aged people, old folk. And I guess my pet peeve is when a popular game comes out and it's really, really out there. Like everybody's buying it and everybody's playing it. More often than not, it's a kid or a teenager who's the protagonist. In JRPGs, you can see that in the Persona series, in most Tales series, most of the characters are teenagers. It's very, very infrequent that you see an old person there, like maybe the village elder. Yeah, sure. But I guess one good thing about that is I have lately been seeing a few video games that have had older people like me as protagonists. One of them is the newest God of War series. Kratos is an old person there. He's a father. And I'm happy to see that age range being represented as the main character in a video game. Other games have come out recently also, like Has Been Heroes. Has Been Heroes features a band of characters who used to be popular heroes in a fantasy land, and they band together one last time to go on one large adventure to save, to save the world. And another game that came out recently, I completely forgot the title of it. I think it was titled Old Man's Journey, where it's an adventure game where a man lives out alone in a lighthouse, and he receives a letter, and he goes off on a journey to try to understand what the letter was all about. So I'm happy that some protagonists have been pictured or have been portrayed as being of advanced age, either middle age or elderly. I'm very happy that some video games have already started to move in that direction, whether they're indie, whether they're AAA games. I'm very happy. So my pet peeve is always seeing the main character as a teenager or as a child. I don't begrudge people who like those kinds of video games. Play what you like, enjoy what you like. But yeah, when I boot up the game and I see that the main protagonist is a teenager, I tend to tune out because of the fact that I guess I've aged out of that age range. I've gotten enough of the angst. I guess I've gotten angsty over the angst, shall we say. So yes, that is my pet peeve for video games. Tell us all about yours. Make sure that you guys talk about it in the comments below or after the podcast. The comment section will always be open, and we'll always do our very best to respond to every single comment that comes up on our pages. So thanks so much. Back to you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Catch you guys again soon. Bye.
Start your own online live streams, webinars, podcasts, online classes, and virtual presentations with Streamyard. By using Streamyard's user-friendly interface, you can also do simultaneous multi-streaming if you have accounts to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. If live streaming is not your style, video and audio recordings are also available, especially with those who have variable and inconsistent internet connections. The finished output will still come out as clear and well articulated exactly as you originally intended. You can also customize the appearance of your presentation, like green screen effects, facial touch-ups to smoothen out those facial blemishes, multiple cameras for multiple guests joining in the discussion, your own wallpaper on the background, adding your own logo as a watermark, sharing videos from your own computer or other website for added visual aids with or without audio, uploading your own background music if you wish to set the mood when talking, and lots more. Before you can enjoy all of the wonderful full features of StreamYard, you can start with a 14-day free trial by using our link. Not only that you are supporting the Timeless Gamers Show, but you can see it for yourself how easy it is using StreamYard. Do you like playing video games? Do you like reading about history? Do you like learning about video game history? Then you should give yourself the gift of owning some video game history books from BitMap. Since 2014, BitMap Books have published numerous colorful and well-detailed hardbound books about video games ranging from the different video game consoles of old and the various video game genres that will surely pique the interest of its core fanbase. BitMap's team of global video game journalists, players, and illustrators have produced numerous award-winning titles that celebrate the software, hardware, and developers that laid down the foundations for the billion-dollar video game industry we all know and love today. International shipping is also available with careful and considerate packaging from BitMap Books. If you don't want to take my word for it, then you can believe the people, almost 10,000 satisfied customers who submitted their glowing written reviews and video reviews after receiving their books from BitMap. By ordering your first BitMap book using our link, you will also be supporting the Timeless Gamers Show in spreading our love of video games and their rich history. Alright, thank you for that, Sir Joel, StreamYard, and BitMap. So, according to Sir Joel, way too much teenagers, preteens, in video games. Yay or nay? Miss Hino.
Uh, I agree with Joel's sentiments. I would like to experience games with more mature protagonists. But to be fair, we get more of these teenage, younger protagonists in JRPGs because it's just like when it comes to anime, a lot of the protagonists usually tend to be on the younger side. But yeah, I wish we get older characters in games in general. And I since we're talking about Final Fantasy 16 earlier, I was glad that here we have like a
full
full-on
adult.
conflict amongst adults from different warring nations. So yeah, I think that's really nice. That's refreshing. I can't comment about the E series though. I mean, the protagonist, he doesn't age, he doesn't age, or
No, he does
he
not. No,
ages slowly throughout the game. So,
adult
but
does not.
yeah,
There's one
more
thing.
mature.
Yeah, there's one thing that's constant with Adol is he doesn't age and he always gets into a shipwreck. He
Always.
always he always gets into an island. He doesn't sail to an island.
Remember, He always gets amnesia for some reason.
Yes, he always
Mm.
gets amnesia. He's always like, where the F am I? What is happening? Everything is new to me. It's like
Like, well, it's like, where am I now? What's
yeah,
happening now?
it's
What-
like when Princess Zelda and Princess Peach wants to go somewhere, they just get kidnapped to go to that
oh,
place. Adult
wink,
gets shipwrecked to go to another adventure. It's a meme at this point. It's like
it's
Zoro
me.
always getting lost into another anime. It's a meme.
How about you, Sir JDM? The abundance of preteens in video games. Yay or nay?
Um, Not
I mean,
really into
you're a
that.
PC player. I mean, most of the games that you play anyway doesn't necessarily have teenagers anyway. Mostly are adults.
Yeah, they are adults and um, they get old, especially in Metal Gear Solid and uh, a Splinter Cell because they're middle age. Then, as the game progress, uh, as the sequels comes out, they age naturally, except for Snake, who was a clone. So he became old um the in Metal Gear Solid 4. So he became very old, like because of accelerated aging. Nanomachines, damn nanomachines. And for Splinter Cell, you have this agent named Sam Fisher, who was already in his late 40s. Then in the following sequels, he is already in his 50s. So he becomes much more mature. And then he even got his daughter killed for some reason. Then he became a rogue agent. So I'm not really into that pet peeve with the protagonist being young. But I did play most RPGs that started with kids hanging around,
Adults
doing some stuff.
with other kids, with younger kids.
Yeah. At first, they were like picking grass in their village. Then suddenly, they need to say the word
Touching grass.
Next thing
touching
they're
grass.
fighting a god.
Right.
They're fighting
It,
God,
that's always the eventual course.
the force of nature. They have to
And
fight in the very
I
end.
think the reason why we almost exclusively had these teenage or kids in JRPGs is because of character development, because they learn more along the way.
Yeah.
It's like watching Naruto, who was this very unruly kid, and as you go along with the story, he learns things, and then he gets mature and stuff.
Learns the responsibility. Yeah.
Right.
Learns how to
So,
transform into a naked lady.
Yes. A mature, a more mature naked lady, you
maybe
might add.
like the writers or the game developers teaching kids um,
Maybe
how
transgender.
to become
Transform. It's okay.
to
It's okay.
learn life.
Certain life lessons. All right.
Yes.
Um, speaking of liking them barely legal, Sir Jose,
What?
preteens on your video games. Go.
What the fuck? What kind of segue was that? What kind? Oh
A segue to make you blush.
You're
and it
you're
works.
not denying it though. I never heard any denial from you, Jose.
Yeah, you're not denying it.
Is he red now?
You
My
guys.
God. Oh, fool.
Anyway, um, oh my god. Okay. Um, I don't think I really agree with Sir Joel. It doesn't really bug me like what ages the characters are.
Hmm.
As long as the story is good and it's fun. Um, but I think it would look weird if you had like some old ass fuck like starting Pokemon and being like, I want to be a Pokemon trainer at like 80 years old.
Like, what am I gonna do with this?
And then he like dies before he gets to the first gym, like of old age or something.
What? He pursued his college degree and worked in the corporate office. He wants to live his dream. Don't be old.
Oh my god. Mm. So according to Sir Jose, age does not matter. He likes them all.
Yes.
All right.
This these hands are rated E for everyone.
We don't discriminate, guys. All right. We got so unfortunately Miss I cannot be here as well due to health issues this time. But she also submitted us her pet peeve, and she has three actually, but we'll read one for now. She says one of her pet peeves in video games is that when certain games that offer a save anywhere, however, when you load your game, you spawn to somewhere else. You don't spawn
Yes.
right where you're, and you don't spawn at the same location where you save the game. I haven't. I have not encountered a game like that yet. Are there any uh, video games like that? I have not encountered that one.
I
Not to
don't
my
I don't have
recollection.
I don't have something like that, but it's the game allows you to save. There's this game where it allows you to save at a certain spot, and if you're not prepared for what's next, you basically just like soft locked yourself. And Sir JD, I might know what it is.
Oh, shoot me. I have
It's
one particular game, shoot me.
it's
Dude,
Code
that's
Veronica.
the reason why I save. I have multiple saves. It's because of
There
Final
you go.
Fantasy Tactics. You go to Lionel Castle, and that effed me up so bad. I got traumatized. I had to restart the whole damn game, the whole damn game, to get back to that because Final Fantasy Tactics was my first JRPG. So I was just like I'm trying to save space on my memory card because hey, I was just a student. I don't have money for an extra memory card, and I soft locked myself because it's for those of you guys who are not familiar with this particular stage in Final Fantasy Tactics, you have succeeding battles, you have a save. So this succeeding battle, you first finish the battle. So let's say you finish your all of your MP is drained or your half health, you saved, and you're gonna fight another boss. And you're just gonna make do with what you have, with what MP you have. And that's how I F myself up. I made Ramsa a mage. I used Flare. I used Flare on foot me. I forgot the name of the Black Knight. I used Flare. I finished all my MP. And lo and behold, the next stage I'm fighting a Zodiac with four guardians, and dude, I was like, oh mother. I tried to make do with what I have, and luckily luckily I was with a sliver of health, I was able to finish that stage. But lo and behold, there's another stage waiting for me. That's another boss fight, and you cannot reload. You cannot go back to the open world, to the map, and you're just locked on that, and you won't be able to finish. You won't be able to finish that, and you have to restart the whole game. Anyway,
Uh,
so
funny,
sorry for
so
cutting you
funny you
off.
should mention that, Sir Drew. So Miss I also pointed that out on her second pet peeve. Speaking of the hard bosses, after beating a hard boss, another hard enemy boss right after, if that you need to defeat to progress the location or the story. Back to the grinding you go, or you need to recover from that first boss, and the next powerful enemy is waiting, but there's no save point in between, so you have to go far back just to save. Miss Hinu, you can relate.
Sacred beast.
Wait, are we still talking about the back-to-back bosses or the respawning thing?
Either or.
For the respawning thing, I don't think I have any experience with it so far, and my characters are just respawning at the same spot. Granted, I'm only playing older games. For the back-to-back game, yeah, I some would say that they welcome the challenge of finishing a particularly hard boss, only to be surprised that there is another boss waiting for you down the line. And for me, I normally play games to follow the story. I don't like challenges. I'm not particularly skilled. But I don't want to just watch the video gameplay on YouTube. I still want to play the game.
Experience.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I still want to experience the game. And that happened to me with also a tactics game. It's Valkyrie Profile Covenant of the Plume for the Nintendo
Oh, yeah.
DS.
Hmm.
It is the most difficult entry for the Valkyrie Profile games, and it's a tactics game, can have permadeath, and yeah, the back-to-back battles are uh, brutal. So
It can be brutal.
not a fun experience. There's no save point in between, no chances of recovering your health points in between, recuperate, change your equipment for the party. So yeah, it's really tough. Either you grind and grind and grind, make your character stronger and have a go at it, or I don't know, I search the interwebs. Though I would understand that when the internet wasn't popular before, things like what happened to Drew would happen. You get soft lock, and you have to restart the game from right from the very beginning, which sucks. So
Traumatize
eh,
me.
thank you, internet. Thank you, forums. Thank you, YouTube
Thank you,
guys.
Game Facts. Thank you,
Thank
Reddit.
you,
Thank you,
Game
Game
Fact.
Fans. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Game
Thank you.
Facts.
CC.
All right. Sir JDM, we got a message from Sir Richard. Could you please?
Um, yeah, I played it recently. It
Watch Dogs?
the yes, because it's in Microsoft Game Pass. So, Richard Ryan Ortega said, Watchdog Legions has a system in which characters spawn in other areas since they are living their lives. This is correct because the setting is like London is being isolated because
Falling down.
of yeah, literally it's London is falling down in that game. They isolated London because of a terrorist attack that was orchestrated by someone called Day Day One or Day Zero, and so this resistance are the original resistance forces were either killed or apprehended. So they hired common folks to do the resistance for them. So these daily folks are like your blue collar workers, you have this um like grocery store owners, and then when you try to switch to those characters, they're like spread across all across the board because they're doing their daily lives. So uh typically they're like sleeper agents, something like that. So you can see them in like clothing stores, or drinking coffee in a cafe, something like that.
Sir Jose, misplaced spawning areas and or back-to-back boss fights. What say you?
I was saying earlier, it's not necessarily like a respawn, but like there's this section in Resident Evil Code Veronica where
Mm.
it lets you save, and then there's a boss fight like right after. And if you're not prepared and you just saved and you don't have multiple saves, you literally cannot do anything. And it's that scene whenever you're finally leaving the island and you're trying to take off, and it's like, oh, the plane's too heavy, and there's a fucking tyrant in the back. How many times I forget about that, and I get to there and I save, and all I have is a fucking knife and 2 shotgun shells.
He,
You
not, he, li-
didn't
he
do
likes
the
he likes
shotgun
shotgun.
glitch.
No.
Even if you have the what were the weapons available back then, even if you
Uh,
have the grenade
Launcher,
launcher or
grenade launcher.
the bow gun,
Uh-huh.
you don't even have like you like have a 50% survival with that tyrant from in the, in the plane. What's more with the knife?
Resident Evil Veronica.
You're
Hmm.
you're gonna be literally pissing yourself off while trying to dodge, knife, then you dodge.
All
I think
right.
that's my pet peeve with other not with the games, but with other gamers who only save on a single slot, or they only have one save file. Yeah, and I understand that you don't have enough slots or in your memory card, but you could at least just you're not using all of the like 15 MB of how many MBs of 1 MB of the memory card, right? You could just because what I do if I play games, I do like a starter save, like after the first um cutscene, if I'm allowed to save my game, then I save that. Then in the succeed, when I progress, I save on another slot, just to make sure that I don't go through all of those cutscenes, especially Metal Gear Solid. You have like 30 minutes of cutscene, then I don't want to go through all of that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Sir Jose, another message from Sir Richard, if you please.
It says, well said, JDM, and sometimes Bagley, Game AI, will remark on what the characters are doing. The funny one, characters peeing at the corner, and Bagley quotes, oh my, please avert your eyes, and we don't discuss this again.
This is similar to one of Miss I's favorite games, GTA 5, where you can switch to Franklin. What's the other guy, or the other guys?
Trevor.
Trevor
Over.
and that other guy. Whenever you go to Trevor, he's always doing something really weird, or you can either see him like riding in his underwears, or sleeping with uh like
Hookers.
his not
Host.
actually because like
Mm.
sleeping with
Maid.
this homeless person.
Oh, homeless person.
Beside the homeless person, he's always doing this thing. It's like that
He
in
likes it cheap. Okay.
He's like a regular vagabundo.
Bagab-
um, Might as well read Miss I's third one, and I know these guys will agree to her pet peeve. Games where it is where they are set up in a way you might miss a mission or an item, and you cannot progress with the game or story, and you need to play the game right from the very beginning if you may be halfway already. Missable events or items, like Sir Drew mentioned earlier. uh, I know Miss Hino already encountered a few of these before. Anything missable?
Nowadays, it's a
Sir
missable.
Drew?
And you when you get into missable, it's for the trophies nowadays. Nowadays, when you're a trophy collector, I think I did this with a few games. The first thing I do, if I'm gonna go for a platinum or 1,000 gamer score on a game, I would check the missables first, because um ho- um for sure I'm no longer gonna, I don't want to replay a game after I just finish it, except if it's Stellar Blade, because the plots are really really
That's
nice
okay.
on that one.
That's okay. It's worth it.
For
Miss
me,
Hino.
it's
Sir Jem, go. Sir Jem, go. Missables.
let's make Miss Hina think first. So for me, it's going to be Ultima's. Was it six? Ultima 6. Was it in the Serpent Isle? It's a DLC where you need to find all of the serpent items like serpent helmet, serpent armor, sword, um, boots, the gauntlets, and this ring that is just like a pixel. When you lose it, you'll you'll soft lock the game, and it's hard to find it because you don't. It's like a pixel. Y- if you miss it, no, you won't be able to continue because you need those serpent items to defeat this boss.
I remember when AVG and did Simon Quest 2. No, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, because the game's not really telling you explicitly uh, what you're gonna do to to escape that lake scene, because you're supposed to crouch down and wait for the tornado to pick you up to take you to the other to the next area. Sir Jose, missable missions or items. Any experience with that?
Uh, Nothing that I can think of really. Nothing missing. Like I, as far as missing,
Maybe an optional kind of thing. Maybe
uh,
there's a lot more of those.
the only thing I could think of is I remember it was like a year or two ago. I streamed Silent Hill 1, and I don't know how I made it all the way to the end of the game, and I didn't pick up the rifle, and I didn't pick up the shotgun. So when it came to the end, I had to fight the boss. Like I was literally thought I was stuck because I tried so many times trying to kill this thing with the handgun, and I was literally about to give up on stream. JDM might have been
Same
there. I don't even know. It was a long time
Same
ago.
shark.
Sir
And
Jose has a recurring theme,
I know.
picking a knife fight with Tyrant.
So I was literally gonna give up and just be
Finish
like,
Silent
"That's it,
Hill
guys."
with only the knuckles.
And then
I
I don't
think
know what happened. That I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna do it. And then I ended up doing it, and I was like, "What the
eh,
fuck?" So I
at
don't
least
know.
you had an achievement back then,
Yeah.
right?
Sir
Called
Jose deserve
Sir
a
Jose
medal.
doing hard
Yeah.
mode, doing
I
hard
guess
mode
I guess
unintentionally on games.
I guess
Self-induced hard mode.
Right.
I guess the reason why So Jose was not able to get the shotgun or the rifle is because he wanted to like um it doesn't want to explore the area anymore because he's too scared, or he doesn't want to fight the monsters. That's why he went straight. You know how we have this if it's like a JRPG game, you have to get to every nook and cranny. But
Oh yeah.
whenever it's a survival horror or a horror
Oh
game,
no.
you need to go straight forward, no looking back. I think that's what
All right.
happened.
Let Let's go to Miss Hinu. So before we had game facts or game guides or magazines, a lot of missable items and missions, right? And some of those are even optional, which is okay, but it's a little bit it's a little bit annoying when you miss all of those. Any experiences with any?
Yeah, I do. Two games. One is Final Fantasy 4 for the Game Boy Advance. I don't know why. I think I miss like talking to a villager from one whatever quaint town. That's the only clue that you would get on where to go next to progress with the story. And I don't know. I think that's the reason why I dropped the game back then. But when I picked it up, I made sure to talk to every villager and
Which
make
game is
sure.
this? Wild
Um,
Arms?
no, no, no.
Final Fantasy
Final
4,
Fantasy 4
Ah, okay.
for the
FF4.
Game Boy Advance. It was such a missable thing that I was going around and around the world map, whatever. But still, I can't progress with the story. The second one is a game that I've played recently. It's Innocent Life, a futuristic Harvest Moon. So it's for the PSP as well as the PS2. They don't really have tutorials or guides for other mechanics of the game that doesn't involve farming. You only get tutorials for the farming part. I got soft locked in the game because you were required to collect these jewels, put them on altars, so that you can unlock new places and proceed with the story. They didn't explicitly say that in order to unlock the other places further down, you're not allowed to put all of the jewels that you have with you to the altars. You always need to have one spare, because if not, you're screwed. Because once you put the jewel into an altar, you can't take it off. So I don't know. I tried waiting. I looked for guides online, whatnot, and thank God I've played this now and not back then. I tried waiting for after one season, maybe I put the jewel on the altar on spring, maybe come summer season, it will come up. And then I tried waiting for the end of year one. I was already at year two. Nothing's happening. So I was, oh my God, I spent 40 hours for that in game. In game time, like with 1 year in game time. So I was so pissed. So I had to restart the game. Turns out I talked to two of my friends who also played the game, and they said that is exactly where I also got stuck. I also need to restart the game, so it's not just me. It's not just me. Thank God, it's not just me. So, uh, yeah, that Harvest Moon is no RPG or adventure game by all means, but you're going to the game day by day, season by season. So the repetitiveness of it all, and then you need to do it again. I did it again. Okay, I proceeded with the story, but then my save file got corrupted, so I
Boom.
don't know when I'm gonna pick it up again. So
Right. Um, Another message from Sir Richard here. State of Decay series has a way of correcting itself should this happens. A failed critical mission can be re-accessed after a few minutes, but it's a 50-50 chance. and known to break some gameplay. So I'm not sure if that's a bug or an intentional kind of thing. In my case, it's usually not necessarily. It will affect the overall gameplay or mission or the main quest, but it certainly helps with you. It certainly helps you along the way if you have certain items with you in the long run. Like for example, uh, with Final Fantasy X and Trails of the Sky, to name a few, especially with 10, right? To get some of the best weapons, you need to do this. It's an optional thing, sure,
Hey,
but uh, you being this because
that's
especially for
lightning.
especially for us RPG players, we are preconditioned to be such obsessive compulsive. We really need to do this thing, not because we're not because we need what's the best way to describe this, because we're predispositioned to to do some things in role-playing games to get the best stuff ever. We really need to stick it out, do this challenge, for better or for worse. We need to do this thing, even if we have to go back a few save files just to do it in case we missed it. With Trails in the Sky, uh, there's a few side missions that have very small time frame that if you accidentally move the story, the plot along, yeah, you're gonna miss that side mission. And some of those side missions have special rewards that you really really need in the later half of the game. It's very annoying when they tend to do that. And this is the time when we don't have any game. If you don't have any game guides with you, you have no game facts to help you. There's no message boards to help you. Like, can you imagine back in the day? Very frustrating. Yeah. Uh, oh, this is entirely different. Final Fantasy VIII, the card game. You know what? I'm I'm more interested with the
Oh,
card
yeah.
game Final Fantasy VIII than the actual Final Fantasy VIII game. You know what I mean? Like uh when I first got the taste of doing triple triad, right? The mini game, the mini game card game in the Final Fantasy VIII, and I was getting cards, rare cards. You know what, Sir Jose? This is I would blame Final Fantasy VIII for my obsession with card games, because I'm getting the character cards, I'm getting the GF cards, and whenever I lose, because they take the
Yes,
best, they will take away your best card, right?
yes,
Like if I have
yes.
Shiva, I have Ifrit, I have Diablos, and then for some reason I lose a card game, and then they take away those cards, and for some reason you try to fight them again, and they're not
They're not
using the
using
card
the
that
cards that they took
that,
from
that
you.
you lost. So you keep on fighting, you keep on dueling them you keep on dueling them numerous times until they play that particular card that you lost, so you can reclaim it back. It's annoying when they don't when they don't do that. No, dude, this is mine now, bitch. Yeah, it's really annoying. Another message from Sir Richard. Sir JDM, can you please?
Um, so Richard says, Innocent Life, a futuristic Harvest Moon, has those issues since the game development was rushed and my multiple playthrough has unlocked some alternate quests which can't be replicated normally. Mm,
There you go. Innocent Life, Futuristic Harvest Moon. Miss Hinu, is there any truth to this? You play this game?
Played it twice. I never finished it. So let's find out next time.
Sir Kurt Labrado agrees with me. Same FF8 got me into card games. There you go.
It's that good. It's that good, really.
It is.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh. Mm,
another good one is Gwent.
yeah.
Maybe I
Gwent is
should try it.
also a good card game inside the game.
I wanna add something for the missable items. Um, when you first start playing an RPG, a JRPG, whatever, your character doesn't really have a lot of money, so you can't really buy a lot of items that would help you restore your health. Not a lot of money for you to buy armor, buy weapons. So when I played Final Fantasy VII back in the day, since I need money, hey, I got a new sword for Cloud. It's stronger. Okay, let's go and sell his first sword, the Buster Sword. Lo and behold, you need the original Buster Sword to craft his ultimate weapon.
Weapon.
Can you buy it
I
back?
remember that. Fuck
No,
that.
never. I did notice though that in later titles, the devs are prohibiting players from selling
Mm.
the very first weapon that you've received. I noticed that in like the Final Fantasy 13 games. Can't remember if it's on 10, but yeah, that's annoying. I mean, sure, that's a cool little tidbit. The consequences of my own actions, but still sucks because after spending so many games, upwards to 80 hours, and then you only to find out that you mustn't sell the sword. Yeah,
That
I'm done.
this,
I'm done.
this is the reason. This is the reason why we JRPG players have so many issues in life. That's why we are
Yeah.
hoarders. That's why
That's why we are
we
hoarders.
we are hoarders. We tend to never sell even the simple standard sword that you
No.
get. No, we're not selling any of those. That's why it's such
If
a
the inventory bag allows it, we keep all of that. All right.
yes, yes, definitely. That's why it's such a bummer and such a huge pet peeve
I
for
would
me.
rather grind for money than sell my stuff. Okay.
Yes, definitely. That's why we JRPG players, we are real life hoarders. We
We're
don't
real
want to
life hoarders.
sell our stuff. We're gonna keep on piling it up, even if it all falls down on us when when an earthquake happens and we
Oh,
get
you know
buried in
what?
our
If there's one silver lining I got from Resident Evil 4 or playing Resident Evil for that matter, I learned how to sort my stuff, organizing my stuff properly now. Making sure all of the spaces are properly allocated, okay, and being more space cautious. All right, it's been 2 hours already, guys. We will just do a quick lightning round. Each panel will just state out one more pet peeve, and then we'll end it. I'll start first. Okay, so that everybody can think one more pet peeve for them to showcase. Another pet peeve coming from me personally. The game allows you to jump. The game gives you the ability to jump, but for some reason you cannot jump over a fence or a hill or a tree lump, and you need to go over there on that
Yes,
area
there.
where that's blocking you for some reason. I'm like, what's the point of
There.
you jumping if you can't even do that?
Yeah.
I,
Sir Wolf
I
said,
hate it when they do that.
Sir Wolf said,
Sir Jose, anything from you? One more pet peeve from Sir Jose.
okay. Well, Sir Wolf sent me something like that last night. He said, just to mention it, he said the biggest pet peeve for him is when a character can fall multiple stories off a building or leap 20 feet in the air but can't clear a waist level obstacle, like yours.
Right.
Mine, I guess not really like a actual in-game pet peeve, but what really bugs me is whenever you have like a line of series of titles, and then all of a sudden they decide to make one an MMO, but keep it numbered. So you get Final Fantasy 1 through 10, and then all of a
11.
sudden
11.
I,
online, and then you get 12, 13, and then 14.
40.
14.
And then Dragon Quest does the same thing. You get 1 through 9, and then 10 is an MMO. I'm like, what the fuck? Stop doing that. Stop. Like,
Right.
if you want to play the whole series through, like, what if that servers are down? Then that game is that number is lost.
And the hardcore gatekeepers
11 and
will tell
14,
you,
guys.
you're
11
not
and
really a
14.
fan. You didn't play these games.
Right?
Right. How about Sir JDM? One more pet peeve from you.
Actually, I have plenty more, but let me do a quick lightning round. So,
Sure.
redundant menus when quitting a game. For example, Die Hard
Yes.
trilogy. I just want to quit the game. I don't want like multiple options.
Are you sure you want to quit the game? Are you really sure? You can
Yes,
still go back. Just
because
reconfirming.
in Die Hard trilogy you have like call a friend and like those other obscure options. Yeah. And another one is excessive loading times. Looking
Uh-huh.
at
Yes,
you,
one.
Sonic 06. Um,
Sonic 06.
invisible barriers between airspace in stealth games. You know, you're in a like very unfortunate position disposition, then you have this like a tree, like a space between the three branches, then when you try to like aim at an enemy between those tiny gap in the branches, suddenly there's like a wall, invisible wall in there. Then all of a sudden you're surrounded because
The noise.
you made the enemies
You
alert.
made the noise because you
Damn
shoot
you,
the
Metal Gear
invisible.
Solid.
You shot the invisible wall.
Yes. And then uh the last one is enemies who regenerate to full HP every turn,
Yeah.
like in the treants in Breath of Fire 4, and there are
That,
6 of them.
yeah, I remember those. I remember those trees.
So that's it for
Thank you,
me,
Game
Miguel.
Shark.
Game.
All right. Thank you for
Thank
that,
you,
Sir
Kim.
JDM. Sir Drew, another pet peeve from you.
Weapon durability. This
Weapon
I hate
durability.
this. Breath of the Wild, Witcher
Your
3,
break?
breakable weapons, weapons
Okay.
with durability. As a JRPG player, we hoard stuff.
There you go.
So when I play these games, when I get to the last around, maybe around the 10% mark of the remaining durability of the weapon, oh no, you're gonna get dusted, you're gonna get bagged, you're no longer gonna see the light of day. And this is really frustrating, especially when you're in the heat of battle and there's a horde of enemy. You're just trying to slash away, and suddenly your weapon breaks. I get it for the sticks. I get the sticks. I get that it is something like an immersion on these games. Hey, I just want to smash stuff. I just want to I don't want to mind I don't want to mind that this could break or something, but it really gets me. And it's something that makes me not want to finish a game whenever it has durability issues. The only reason I stuck through with Witcher 3 is because of Yennefer, and because of Trish, and those that's if you're not gonna give me something as motivational as those two, then don't bother with weapon durability for me. No, don't let me have weapons that break. Anyway, if you're gonna give me a game that has breakable weapons, at least give me some really good motivation.
All right. Breakable equipment, according to Sir Drew. Miss Hino, one more pet peeve from you.
I I wish we would go back to a time wherein developing a game, especially the AAA ones, wouldn't take a decade.
Mm.
We are looking forward to other series, other installments, but I don't want to wait 10 years just to play that game.
Or
Kingdom Hearts.
at least don't
Yeah,
announce the game if it's still gonna take
And
you a decade or 5 years to release
I
it.
mean, um,
Announce a game at least somewhere
Kingdom Hearts
near the
3 looking
release.
at you.
GTA 6.
in independent
Yeah, GTA 6.
game studios have proven time and time that you don't need an excessive budget, excessive amount of time to create a good game. Bigger companies can scale down a scope of a game, have it more concentrated, and that would be infinitely better than trying to make these open worlds, waste all of the time and the resources just populating said open worlds, and then it's just a lose lose. So why don't we go back to the 2D pixel art games? Maybe that would take less time. And I don't know. Just don't make games too long. I know we have a surplus of backlogs, but we're also waiting for other
You want
titles
more backlogs.
You
to
want more
add more
backlog.
to our
You want
backlogs.
backlogs.
Yes, as a JRPG player, I'm a hoarder
We want
of
more. We
backlogs.
want more stuff to hoard. we want.
That's it
we
for
want
me.
more.
Thank you for attending. That's all.
I think it is safe to say we can probably change the name of today's episode. Pet peeves in JRPGs because we mostly run it about role playing games that we have observed here. All right, that's a show,
JDM is
guys.
the only one who didn't have a problem.
Yes.
Oh no, no, no.
JDM
JDM
has
is
the
the
good
only
life.
one who does not have a problem with JRPGs.
Play your
Uh,
CRPG, guys.
so we'll just end it now with our shameless plugs. Sir JDM, where can they touch your grass?
Yes, here in Cebu City. Thank you so thank you so much, guys, for joining our show tonight. And you can check me out 123 Go Retro on Facebook and on Twitch, also in YouTube. And I'm actually doing a countdown because I'm going back to streaming this Monday. So I hope you could join me. And check out the Timeless Gamers Show website, guys. I'm updating the website frequently. You could watch the YouTube shorts that we have on our YouTube channel. You can also there's also a link there to the to TikTok and Facebook Reels. So please do check Timeless Gamers Show, timelessgamers.com.
All right, thank you for that, Sir
And Fanny
JDM.
Serrano
Sir
for
Drew.
my hair.
Buddy Serrano.
Thank you, Fanny. Thank you, Miss Fanny. All right, Sir Drew, where can they touch your grass?
Anyway, I want
Bermuda
to
grass.
give a quick shout
Bonsai.
to Sir JDM's get up. He's wearing CM Punk shirt. Oh, awesome, awesome shirt. Anyway,
Best in the world.
yeah, yeah, you could touch the grass. Yeah, just visit Facebook. I'm on Facebook and YouTube, both at Geek Out Gaijin. So that's my page and my channel for some stuff. I'm been a little bit inactive recently, but I'm trying to upload some of my backlogs because not I have backlogs not only in gaming but also in on my unboxing stops, and it's been piling up for quite a while now. Anyway, YouTube, Facebook, Geek Out Gaijin for all of your toy unboxings about things released here in Japan. And sometimes I do test out some games if they have some multi-language support. This is for Japanese video games. Anyway, back to you, Sir Joe.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Drew. And Sir Jose, where can they touch your grass?
You guys can find me on any socials, any gaming platforms as Dark Gothic Fate. I keep saying I'm going to go back to streaming, but I'm just so busy or tired from work. But I guess if you get the notification, that's where I'm at.
I just noticed the wall of Xbox 360 games on your right.
Yeah, I moved my
Oh,
desk around, so now that's us behind me, and the PS2
We
games
are
right
now.
there.
and the
We
PS games at the back. Yeah. Awesome, awesome stuff. Such a nice collection there. Miss Hinu, where can they touch your grass?
All of my socials are under my handle at Hinotora. I'm mostly active in my Facebook page, Hinotora, as well as in Instagram at Hinotora. You can see me ranting or raving at the stories. Back to you, Jack.
All right, thank you for that, Miss Hinu, and thank you all so much to the chat members out there watching and listening to us. So again, on behalf of Sir Joel, Miss I, Sir Dan, Sir Viraj, who couldn't be here, uh, just a quick shout out again to Bitmap and Streamyard. Just check out our links down below to get your to get your 14-day free trial for StreamYard, and our link to Bitmap Books that goes straightly to their inventory. Shuffle Emporium for your trading card needs and your anime related goodies right there. Our with Sir JT mentioned, timelessgamers.show for our previous episodes, of course, and for your suggestions, comments, any messages that you want to send us, send all of them to timelessgamers.show@gmail.com. And that's a show, guys. And as always, our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Hey,
timeless.
I'm Lush.
Timeless.
All right, guys. Bye.